Okay, so introduce yourself for those who aren't familiar with you and your work.
Well, I write Band 2. I
Okay.
also write Deli 167.
Okay, let's start from the beginning. What boroughs and neighborhoods are you from?
Originally from Harlem, New York, but my family moved to the Bronx in 1975.
Okay, I know you have family in Texas. Are you from there, or where are you originally from?
I was originally from Harlem.
Harlem?
My parents migrated from Texas to Harlem back in say the late 40s.
Your 40s?
Yeah.
So what part of Texas is this?
She's from Marshall.
Marshall?
Marshall is right outside Houston by about 7 miles of
Okay.
Houston.
Okay, so how was it like growing up as a kid in Harlem?
Well, growing up in Harlem back in the 70s, I'd say late 60s, early 70s. It was fun. It was, average for a kid. But I was so isolated that we just went to school, church, and back home. But we played outside and played in the park, went to Central Park and stuff like that. So, but other than that, because remember, I had 5 brothers, 6 brothers, two sisters. But at the time, my little sister wasn't born. So you might say it was 5 boys and 1 girl. So we had a big apartment. We used to play hide and go seek in the apartment, stuff like that. And I can remember we lived on the 6th floor. We had a 6th floor walk up, no elevator. So and that was a task, Well, at least we got a lot of exercise. But other than that, it was pretty fair. It was good. It was good. It was no drama. We had a little Christmas. When Christmas came around, everybody got toys. I remember we used to have Evil Knievel, Planet of the Apes, and all these games we used to play like Trouble, Monopoly, and stuff like that. But other than that, growing up in the '70s was good. It was good.
Okay, so was you ever into art, or what was your hobby as a child?
I got into art. I must have been about the 3rd grade when I first started getting into drawing. I was in the 3rd grade. I used to sketch Gigantor, Speed Racer. I was just drawing cars, and that's when I first originally started sketching and just doing just drawings on my school books and whatever. The teacher would walk around. Oh, I wasn't paying attention and stuff like that. So she'd look at what I'm doing, and I'd be drawing. Other than that, remember I was in 3rd grade. So we just take it from there.
Okay, so at this time, when did you start noticing the writing on the walls or trains?
Oh, that must have been. That must have been 1970, 71, when the 3rd Avenue L used to be running around. 3rd Avenue L was, well, originally, like, all right, let me tell you like this. My grandmother used to live on 164th Street, so my mom would take us on the train to 3rd Avenue L, and we used to take the train from 149th Street and get off at 163rd and walk to my grandmother's house. So right then and there, that's when I started seeing the 3rd Avenue L, and I seen graffiti on the 3rd Avenue L. And I'm talking the 3rd Avenue L. I remember that vaguely. And I'd be standing on the little platform, and as the train go by, I look, and I can see graffiti. But graffiti, it wasn't like full-fledged graffiti like we see today. All we see was regular names on the outside of the car and on the inside. But it was more on the outside than the inside. Inside was really clean. I mean, I'm talking with the train with the straw seats. They had the conductor and standing in between the cars with the little click, 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 and the train had light bulbs. The fluorescent light bulbs. So that's what I can remember, and I must have been at least 7 or 8 years old at that time.
Okay. Okay. So, who was the first writer you seen up at this time?
Um, okay. We used to go to Central Park, and as I can remember, all I seen was FDT 56. FDT. He must have been on statues, walls, monuments, and so forth. So I can say the only guy that I remember was FDT 56.
All right. Is that the person that inspired you to start writing?
No, no, he wasn't. The person who inspired me was I could say BLADE. I say BLADE, COMET. Um, I seen them guys tags, you know, throughout the Bronx when I first moved to the Bronx. And, El Marco 174. He had tags on the Grand Concourse. This was before I even moved to the Bronx because I used to go to school on 106 and 2nd Avenue. So when I used to go to school, I see Sly 108, Part, and there's a few guys I could see in the 6 line. Cause I used to take the train from the 6 and I see Sly 108, Part, and I see a few other cats that I really can't really get into at this time. But they was around at that time. I used to read their tags as I walked through the cars or whatever, and I guess I could say I could see them guys right there. And then when I got to the Bronx, I see James Top. Well, I didn't see James Top. I seen G2. This is when he was writing G2. So I seen G2. I seen Jester. Jester was a great inspiration to me. Jester G and who else was writing on INDs at that time? But I say it with them too. But
Okay.
this is before I even knew NACO in '67. I knew NACO when I first moved to the concourse, and we used to play stickball. We used to play off the point. We used to play football, touch football, basketball. But so one time I went to his house and I noticed that he had tags on his walls and his bedroom and stuff. And so I asked him, I said, yo, you right? And so he said, yeah, all right, like, whatever. So that was one of my great inspirations also. So
All right.
I played homage to that guy, because he was the one who really got me started, And this is before I even had a name, because I didn't have a name at that time. So I would come up with a name, and that was another story.
Okay. Speaking of coming up with names, so after you get into it, like all writers, you have to come up with a name. So how did you come up with Band 2?
At first, I wasn't writing Band 2. I was writing Bang. And Bang, I got the idea from Bang from a record. I don't know. So the story goes, my mother used to go to Alexander's buy records and stuff like that. She was a big record collector, my mom. So she had this record with a 45, and it was a song named Dads by Brick. So when Brick was playing the song, I was playing the record, I seen it said Bang. So I said, oh, let me see if I can write Bang, whatever. This is going through my head at the time. So I started writing Bang. So when I started writing Bang, I was my penmanship wasn't up to that great potential. So when I was writing my G's, I messed up on the G. So then I said, no, this is not an angle that I want. So I scratched that, And as I was going to school, for about 3 or 4 days, at that time, whatever. So as I'm going to school, I'm walking through the cars. I'm walking through all the cars. I get on the front and walk all the way to the back. You know what it's like to walk 10 cars and people, oh, excuse me. And as I'm walking through the cars, I was looking up at the tags. And so I said, oh, I don't see nobody writing band. So then I just started writing band. I mean, I had to switch from, I had to take three lines to go to school. So all the 3 lines that I knew, I was looking through the cars. And I never seen nobody writing band. And so I said to myself, I went home, I was watching TV, and all of a sudden something hit me, boom. I see a damn band roll-on commercial. Remember the band roll-on deodorant? So I see the band roll-on deodorant commercial, and I said, that's the name I'm gonna use, band.
Because it kept you so fresh and clean.
So, I mean, hey, this is a true story. I'm not kidding. So I started writing band 2, because the 2 came from because I didn't even see a band 1 soul sport. So I said, well, band 1 it don't sound too catchy. So I wrote band 2. So then I can start writing band 2. And so I wrote all over my building. I mean, I didn't first start on the subway. I started in the staircases, mailboxes. I used to hit little fire alarm boxes and stuff like that. So I had I didn't even have a marker. I went to this damn grocery store and I bought a 69-cent El Marco marker. You know, the marker that you take a few tags and it's dried all the way. I was like, oh man, this shit ain't working for me. So I just keep going to the store and I'm buying markers. So next thing you know, I'm writing band 2 all over the building, all over my building. Lewis Morris, 17 floors, 4 on the bottom, 16, 17 on the top, 4 stairwells, 4 staircases, 4 elevators. So I just started writing all over the building where I live at. And then word got to management, they called my mother into the office, your son is writing all over the walls and stuff like that, So I just stopped cold turkey right there, so I didn't write. So I said, okay, since I got caught doing this, I got to come up with another name. So I said, okay, so now I'm searching for another name now. So, and at the time, I'm working downtown as a messenger. I'm working downtown on 24th Street, 24th and 7th Avenue as a messenger. And so one day the supervisor told me to go to the store to buy my cheeseburger and a soda or whatever. So he gave me the money. So I'm in the store and I'm looking at the sign that said delicatessen. And so I said, that's a long ass name. We got too many S's. And I said, why won't anybody write this? So I said, nah, nobody can write this. No, cause nobody, not to my knowledge, nobody ever had a name with 10 letters, 12 letters, and so forth. That's too long. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna use that name right there, Deli. And that's where I came up with the name Deli. And obviously the 167th Street came from me hanging around 167th Street and Sheridan Avenue. I had a girlfriend over there. And plus I used to run with Blind, KC5, KC3, Ram 1. So all we used to do, that was our little hangout, meet up. And before we meet up, we go hit the supermarket for coffee. We had a little pocket money. I was making more money racking than I was working. So then I just started writing Deli 167, Deli 167, Deli 167. And that's where that name I just took it and ran with it, and I'm still running with it today. 45 years in the making.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay, what year did you start writing in?
I can honestly say that that record Skin Tight, Ohio Players, that record came out in '74. So I know that I could say that in the height of that era, when that record came out, I was already tagging on the walls. I know I'd say, oh, I started in '76, but I could really say that it must have been between '75 and '76. I mean, but '76 when I started getting my little recognition, I started, I was still an unknown. I could say possibly '76. Not that I'm saying I was an unknown. I was known in my neighborhood, but I'm talking about as far as a broad throughout the 5 boroughs. Cause remember the trains ran from 3 boroughs: Bronx, Manhattan, and Brooklyn. So if I wrote in the Bronx, eventually people in Manhattan and Brooklyn are going to see my name. That's because the train is running and so forth. So I could say full pledge, I say about late '75.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know, you want to count to when you started, like writing in the buildings and stuff like that, or when you just got to the subway and just started hitting the subway. I can't distinguish the timeline right there, but I can only say I was known in '75, cause not lived in the building next to me, and I moved to Lewis Morris in '75, and I knew him for almost let's say about almost a year before I even got involved with him with the writing. Okay. So I'm gonna say '75.
Okay. So I assume you were still a little kid at this time. So how were you getting your paint? Was like mom and dad buying you paint, or
'75? I was coming to 14 years old. So my first can I bought. I can't really say I bought, cause I remember going to a hardware store in Mount Eden, and I remember taking a can and buying a can. I mean, we went so long ago, I can't remember.
Buy one get one free.
Possibly, yeah. But other than that, I think that was the first thing I ever did. Buy one, take one. And I used to have a jacket, right? I had a jacket like this, and it had inside pockets like this, the inside. So I take a can, I can just throw it right here, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So, but I can honestly say that most of the cans I ever came into, I racked. I wasn't into buying paint and all that stuff, man. It's just
Okay. At this time when you're starting out, were you rolling solo or were you rolling with a crew at this point?
I was mainly at the height of when I was writing. I was basically going by myself, because there were times when I had paint at Knox house, because at the time I couldn't keep paint at my mom's house, so I kept my stash at Knox house. So I would just go up to his house, hang out with him, sit there all through all day, and practically it gets into the nighttime. And I say, why are we still sitting around, man? We going to the yard, you going to the lab or what? So throughout all that procrastination, waiting on somebody, I say, I said, my man, we going or what? I got the paint, come on, let's go. He's still sitting on the couch chewing his nails, and so, man, play with a little dog. And I say, you know what? I'm going to just stop counting, depending on people. Stop, just go by yourself. Once you go with that phobia of going by yourself, I mean, to me, going by yourself is better than going with a bunch of guys anyway. Cause you could concentrate more. You could be more attentive more. You could be on alert more, and you don't gotta worry about if you do get raided. You don't gotta worry about somebody else getting caught telling the cops where you live at, telling your name. Oh, I was with this guy and so forth. So I basically was going alone, man. But other than that, I went with Ram 1, Blind. I went with Fuzz. I met Fuzz at Knox House with Kit 17, Nick 707. I never went facing with Nick 707. So I mainly went with Fuzz. Who else I used to go with? Blind, TNA crew, we go. Set 2, kid named Bamo. You know, went to the one tunnel. We did a whole lot of stuff back then and there.
Okay.
I took King of the inside of the floors with Round 1. I went there for a whole week straight. You know what it's like to go to the yard a whole week straight? I'm talking a whole week straight, 7 days. Went to the 4-yard. Had about 40 quarts of ink. That's so much ink I couldn't keep it all in my house. I had to sell some of it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you started to paint more and more, you started to meet new people. Who was the first writer you met, and how did y'all meet?
I met the first writer I ever met was at Knox House, and that was I met DONDI. Well, he didn't write DONDI. He wrote NACO. He had an afro, he's skinny dude, and this kid, he came all the way from Brooklyn on the train, and it was NACO. He wrote NACO, NACO. That's the first writer I ever met at Knox House, and then I met Kit 17. I met Nick 707. And then as I'm going to the yard layup by myself, I met Mick 77. I met Mick 77 at 183rd Street layup. He went there with, at first I thought I was getting raided 'cause I went there by myself. So when I went there by myself, I see 4 or 5 Spanish guys walking onto the track. I started to run. And then I said, nah, these guys ain't cops. They must be writers. So I said, yo, you're right, you're right. And then Mix was a big guy, he had a beard. He said, yo, I write Mix 77. I said, oh, yeah. I said, yo, I write Band 2. He said, oh, you Band 2. I said, yeah, it's me, man. So right then and there, we just clicked, like, at the first meeting, because he was the man on the 4 line back then. All I said was Mix 77, Chew, 7 Up. I said, yo, I gotta meet this dude. He must live up here somewhere, and so forth. Cause, I mean, they ran that line with iron hand, man. Compared to Marco 98, Tracy 168, Apps 167, Boots 119, Fuzz 1. These guys was already made guys on the 4 line. This is way before Coke 2 came along. Even before Trap came along later on, But other than that, these guys was already top dogs on the D's, the 4s, and so forth. But I just started meeting these guys as I go along. I used to ride the 4 line by myself, being the last car. Cause all the riders, you see all the riders, you want to meet a rider? Ride the last car. So then you see them get up and start tagging. Oh, yo, that's what you ride up? Guys like LSD3s. I know I met Peanut 2. Even though I wanted to meet Peanut 2, I know I ran into that guy. Aztec, you had guys like LSD3s, certain guys you just don't those run into, cause you don't know when the hell you gonna run into them. Like the time I met Super Cool 223. I met Super Cool 223 because I was riding the last top of the floor, and I was looking and I was looking like this, and then he said, "Yo, you right?" I said, "Yeah, all right." I told him what I wrote. He said, "Yo," I said, "What you write?" But he looked like he was an older guy, big man. I said, "What you?" He said, "I used to write Super Cool 223." I thought, "Oh, you Super Cool 223?" And I never seen him again. I only met that guy one time. I never met him again.
Okay. So what crews are you in, and how did the crew get started?
Well, I started and I started writing OTB, Out the Bomb. That was Nick 707 crew, but Knock had I mean even though he was a member of OTB, he still had he get input guys. He put me in OTB, and I didn't have no credentials. I mean, just off the strength that we was boys. You know what I'm saying? But this is before I even became a name for myself. So he showed me love that way. Oh, you're my boy. Oh, we hang out. You live next door to me. You hooked me up with some supplies and stuff. Oh, you paint them out, whatever. So just off the strength of that bond, he put me in OTB. So I just took OTB and I ran with it. I ran with it hard. The dedication that I put into putting that crew up or whatever. But I say OTB was the first. And then, as I started getting my recognition, guys was just, oh, you want to be down with us? You want to be down? It's easy to get inducted into a crew, especially they know you want to go full hard, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't have no problem getting into no crews at all. I mean, I probably write for 20 crews. Hey, I probably write for 20 crews. You understand? 20, at least, to my knowledge.
That's a lot.
And so to reach that pedestal, I mean, guys always want to be with the best. If you're a known writer, I'm talking about known to put that work in, known to, oh yeah, he gonna do his part, whatever. I mean, and it just, the list goes on and on and on, So, as I was saying, if you're a full-fledged writer, and mind you, I didn't touch a can of paint marker in over 20, 24, 25 years. You see where I'm coming from? You see the angle? So it's like you can't please everybody.
Yeah.
You can't please them all because it's always gonna be favoritism. It's always gonna be, oh man, why you only tag for this, but you don't tag for us? Oh, you only tag for us only when we're around. You just don't want to be, caught in that light right there. So, I mean, even though you could be a loyalist, whatever you want to call it, but like I said, you can't please them all. Okay. But as long as you know what you do, there's crews that I never tagged for, but yet I come into the leader and they gravitate to me. Yo, man, you want to be that one? They just pick you in automatically.
Yeah.
Automatically because you're a known name.
Okay. Did you have someone mentoring you, or were you self-taught?
I can only say I was self-taught.
You were self-taught?
Because everybody has their own style, whatever you want to call it. But me, I'm made off my own cloth. I'm so used to seeing what I used to see as a kid. So if I'm seeing the graffiti as a kid, I just want to keep that momentum to my knowledge, because I just want to do my name where people could see and read it. All this psychedelic stuff, people can't read it. The train go by, you see it, and the people can't make it out, so you don't know who did it. They don't know who did it until you tag the bottom with your name. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I just try to do what I do what I love, whatever. I'm not in it, for the what do you call it?
Clout.
You say for the clout recognition, whatever. Everybody has their own identity of what they want to do or how they want to do it, whatever. Mind you, I'm a graffiti writer, but how do you distinguish a graffiti artist from an artist? Huh? So when you combine both, and you really want to get to that certain point in your life where, well, at least I know that people know me from, it could be a tag, or it could be a piece, or it could be a throwing. So it's like you gotta juggle them both, or threes, to really get, whatever you're trying to gravitate to. Like people now, they're doing trucks, they're doing walls. You got guys doing bridges. What you want to be known for? I don't have to go chasing that clout like that, because people already know
what you do,
what I do, who I am, and so forth. I'm not trying to sugarcoat my own name like that. Mind you, I didn't need graffiti. You know what I'm saying? Graffiti needed me, because there's not too many guys who's out here. There's a few who still do it for the love, do it whatever, who's even making money off it now. I mean, we're not making pennies off it today, huh? Yeah. No, mind you, these guys, some of these guys, they never had no career, they never worked, and this is their money maker. Some guys, this is their money maker, huh?
So, did you have a graffiti partner, or were you?
Like I said, I ran with some underlings that I used to run with. Graffiti partner. I never had a partner. You see, most of my stuff is solo. Unless we went to the tunnel together, we went so forth. Unless we went to a yard, and it's not just. It's not just you going with and making a name for yourself like Common and Blade. Common and Blade is partners. You know what I'm saying? Look at most of their pieces. Yeah. Even though I mean for now they departed, they went their own separate ways and stuff like that. But I never really had a partner, no, like a brother, like a really full-fledged partner. No.
Okay, what was your favorite line to hit back in the days?
I started I love the 6 line. My first tag I ever took on the train was the 6. And the only reason why it was the 6 because my school was on the 6 line. So that's the only line. I said, well, if I'm gonna go to school every morning, let me see my name. So I gotta just say the 6 line, even though I lived between the 4 and the D, because I lived on 175th and the Grand Concourse. Grand Concourse is 2 lines. It's the IND, BMT D. You got the CCs, and then you got the 4 IRTs on the Jerome Avenue. So between those 2 lines, I gradually started hitting them lines also, because I used to take them trains to get to the 6. Even one of them trains took me to the 6 so I could transfer to go to school. And this is before my mom, she didn't want me on the train. At 15 years old, going to junior high school, so That's when she picked me to the closest school, which was Wade 117, 176 on Morris Avenue. So then when I went to Wade 117, that's when I just started hitting the D's, the fours, you know. Done with the lines that I really started doing first.
Okay. Did you ever king a line, and if so, what line did you king?
The four.
The 4 line.
And that was right after mix died out. That was between 82 and 85, I say. Cause I stopped at 85. I stopped cold turkey in 85 because, you know, graffiti. It's not. I mean, I loved it to death, but when you dating girls and live with your mom and you got a little part-time job and you probably still going to school. I only went to school up to the 11th grade. I dropped out in 11th grade because I was working, getting money. I was working. And then my step pop, he died. God bless his soul. So when you start getting money, you start getting clothes, you dressing fly. I mean, you living the life of Raleigh at that time. Your mom ain't stressing you. Your mom, she got a little part-time job. She ain't stressing you, whatever. And so I just gradually started weaning myself out of graffiti because I was coming up of age. I was, dating people probably a little older than me, or whatever, and just having fun, going to Times Square, going to the movies, racking every day, making more money than, I can't really imagine.
Okay. What was your peak years on the subway?
Peak years, I could say, oh boy, let me see, 79 to 81, 79 to 81. 79, 80, 81. I say 79 to 82. That little 4 years right there.
4-year run.
That little 4 years, that little slot right there. Them were the best
years of
in graffiti. From 79, really from 78. You say from 78 all the way up to the little 8, cause right then and there, I started riding dirt bikes. Med 167, he sold me a dirt bike, and so I just started getting into dirt bikes, and I was riding. I was doing wheelies up the concourse. Oh man, and so I say between that little era right there, that little slot right there, I bought my first dirt bike in '81.
Okay. So, we have a lot of different spray paints now, but back in the day, y'all didn't have that many brands. So, what was your favorite brand, and what was your favorite color?
Boy, I used to love them Red Devils. Red Devil, Marlin Blue, Glossy Red. What else I had? It was mainly Red Devil. Red Devil was the little skinny tap, and then it came to Krylons, and then it came to Rust-Oleums. But the Rust-Oleum was better than the Krylons, and the Rust-Oleum was also better than Red Devils. But Red Devil, it stayed on the trains really good, better than Krylon. Krylon was mostly like a water based whatever. So I remember. I remember going to the supermarket getting Jiffone caps off the Mazzola speed sticks and the Mazzola the spray starch and stuff like that. We used to go to the supermarket and just pop the cap and have them in our mouths and stuff like that. Yeah, we just go to the store, go to Niagara, pop the yellow thing off the Niagara, and take the can and bite the cap and have the cap in your mouth. Like push it to the back of your mouth. And so somebody would have come and say, "Hey, what you doing?" No, we ain't doing nothing, man. I mean, at that time, you could, they ain't like supermarkets today where they got the cameras, they got the mirrors.
Yeah.
Back then you could just, it was just an open market. You could just walk in and just get what you gotta get and just get the hell out. You know, I don't know. It was just so
A different time.
so different at that time. And those were the best years. Kid me not. Those were the best years
To be a writer?
to be a writer.
Okay.
You know, any people smacking their mom today because they wasn't around to be a writer back then.
Okay. Did you ever go to the writer's bench at 149th Street, and who were some of the names that you would always see at the bench?
Oh, that writer bench was my crossroads going to school. I mean, when I was in high school, you know, I would go there probably before school and after school. Before school and after school, everybody who was a writer who known that place was there.
Okay. What was your favorite memory or moment at the bench?
Oh, meeting BLADE, meeting COMET, just meeting all different kind of ethnic guys who was writers. I mean, you got every nationality who was a writer who was there. Just meeting these guys and just gravitating to you. Oh, you write. Oh, you write this, you write that. Oh, sign this. It was like a who's who at the bench. I mean, sometimes you go there, you see about 20, 30 guys there. 20, 30 guys, right? All writers, even on both sides of the platform. So, I met a lot of guys there. Smiley 149, Regis. I met a guy from Brooklyn used to write from Brooklyn to come there. Guy from Queens, because it was so many writers that was coming there. Some guys didn't even have nothing on the line and they'd come there. You understand?
Is there any moments or stories you had at the bench?
Hickey and Ski was there talking to me, you know, these guys, oh, you band too, or, you know, yeah, I'm band too, what's up? These guys, oh, okay, oh, you're looking for who? Oh, okay, catch me if you can, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so the movie Star Wars came out. What did you think of the movie, and why wasn't you involved in the movie?
At that time, Star Wars came out. What year did Star Wars come out? 80.
I think it was 87, maybe.
Well, at that time, I was working. I do got a little something in Star Wars. I got a picture of me tagging a black book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, at the beginning.
Okay. I didn't know. I didn't know it was you.
Yeah, that was me.
Okay.
I was tagging a black. But after that, you know, at that moment, at that time, that era, I was working. I was getting money. I was going everywhere. You know, dating girls and you know. At that time, I was riding my dirt bike. So I said, you know what, F graffiti. You know, because at that time, graffiti wasn't putting no money in my pocket. You understand? Graffiti wasn't putting no money in my pocket. And all the time, I would go, all my clothes would get all painted up, clothes I just bought, new sneakers, you know. I just didn't have no
Urge.
No, I didn't have no emphasis in doing anything at that time. Doing what?
Yeah.
I already made a name for myself 3 years prior to that.
Have you ever got busted for graffiti?
Never busted.
Busted?
Never busted.
Okay.
Never. I got chased.
Okay.
Ran like hell.
Tell us your favorite chase or raid story.
Boy. I was 4 yard. That was 81. 81 in the 4 yard. I went there with a few kids. And I matter of fact, I just finished a whole top to bottom whole car. I got a picture of it. I showed it to you when I got raided. Soon as I finished that piece, I got raided. I see cops, you know, the 4 yard is, you know, there's pillars there, you know, those pillars. So as you're looking down, you see the cops looking up, you know, like that. So, and now, I don't know how the hell I got out of there. I remember jumping on top of the train, hopping over to the wall, and I ran out Tracy Towers. I don't know. It just that it was oof, boy. It was like 12 guys. Just Met 167 hid under the seat. You know the train seat when you lift the seat up. He went inside. Like I mean, this guy was so skinny at that time. He went in the seat. You know what it's like to go in that seat? You coming out all dusty and dirty. I don't know how the hell he got away, but he didn't really get away. He hit himself, and he hit in his seat. So I mean, this is what he told me. As I see him a couple of days later, and I think that raid, but that raid didn't discourage me from riding, because you're gonna get raided once, twice, whatever. I've been in a few raids. Been in a raid in the Ghost Yard. I've been in a raid in
What happened?
Gun Hill.
What
Ghost
happened in
Yard?
the Ghost Yard? Yeah.
Oh, we ran up out of there.
Who were you with?
At that time, I was Mix 77, Disco, Eugene, Round 1. Yeah, we got up out of there. That was not a problem. I never got raided in the one tunnel. I spent many nights in the one tunnel. I just spent weekends in the one tunnel. The one tunnel over there on Broadway, between 137 and 145th, I just spent weekends in there. I just go in on a Friday, come out on a Sunday.
Was this before the Ball Busters, or they wasn't around?
No,
at the time?
no. The Ball Buster was around. They was around. They was upstairs.
Oh.
I knew the Ball Buster. I knew Big Mo. I met Big Mo when I was me and Ryan One was racking. We used to go to Broadway and rack coffee, rack Goya oil, rack. We used to rack from. We start at 137th and go all the way up to 181st. By the time we get to 181st, we got about $200 a piece in our pockets, you know, at that time. So, you know, that was a lot of money back then.
Yeah. It was.
Huh? You know what it's like to crisscross between Broadway. I mean, just going to every bodega, getting coffee, I'm getting Gustavo, getting roach spray, huh? Went up in the number hole. We got the old ladies in the number hole. Oh, give me one, give me two, you know. We had the Blue Joys, the little Joys, the Palmolive dishwasher and stuff. Yeah. We used to get like 15, 20 of them, you know. Old ladies, we had the old ladies, you know, they, oh, what the hell you got them at, boy? We would pull them out under our coat, on our back. Hey, makes you want, you know, they hey. Oh, you gonna come back? Yeah, we be back. We go to another store. We gotta come back to them ladies. And they be, they be so happy. They be giving us all money. We did that shit for at least, we did that for years. You know what I'm saying? So.
Okay, was there anybody from your day that was nice with it that never got their just due for whatever reason that deserved, like, mention?
Boy, there's a lot of guys. I mean, for, you know, Say City, he was a good artist that I met from Queens, but he went on to do stuff for Def Jam, so I say City was one of them. There's a lot of writers, man. Zephyr, he had the one line on lock. Rasta, we got Ian 555, God bless him, dead. He was a guy I used to hang out with. Harold for 115 from Manhattan Avenue. He got me into riding certain bikes, Cannondales and stuff, cause I was a bike messenger for 9 years. You understand?
Yeah.
I was a bike messenger in Manhattan for 9 years, so as I'm doing my messenger work from building to building, I'm tagging up every elevator, I'm tagging up all the wall. I say, you know what? It's not just doing trains. I mean, so since you're a traveler, since you're getting around and stuff, you want to have a pilot on you. You want to just tag it, whatever. I don't know. But this is the kind of zone, the mindset I had when I was running around, tagging up everywhere I went. I'm pretty sure every graffiti writer who is a graffiti writer even did that in one time in his life or whatever. Because you're going to have the temptation. The temptation going to be there. You understand? You're always going to see the temptation. Oh, shit, I walk by here every day. I'm going to cop a tag there. Fuck it.
Yeah.
But then again, now, now you got everybody with a camera, everybody with cell phones. So it's not like before back in the days, So.
Yeah. Okay, so we covered a lot today. Is there anything you want to cover that you think we might have missed?
Well, I did numerous interviews, and I'm pretty sure my YouTube feed would tell you a different story also, probably the same story. But 2026, we're in 26, right?
Yeah.
Graffiti mainstream, it's gotten wider than what it was 30, 40 years ago. I mean, whoever thought 30, 40 years ago it would be like today? You got graffiti practically everywhere. We're on candy bars. We on. You go to the supermarket, you see most of the potato chip bags. You know what I'm saying? You see boxes of cereal. You see soda cans. Graffiti has came a long way. It's not just on trains anymore. It's not on walls either. It's coming into our clothes. It's coming into our sneakers. It's coming into our hats. It's coming into our T-shirt. It's crazy. So, I even have my T-shirt. I don't know if you see my T-shirt, right? Bantu T-shirt.
Yeah.
You seen it online. So, it's like, even though they saying, oh, rap, graffiti, what came first, rap or graffiti? I say graffiti came first.
Yeah.
Graffiti came before rap. Only reason why it intertwined, because we as graffiti artists, we used to go do the backdrops for most of the DJs. They want their name on flyers and so forth, like Phase 2, a few cats got into that, and some graffiti writers became rappers, and some rappers became graffiti artists. So it's like it's a switcheroo, but
Joey Crack.
yeah. So I say we're gonna definitely outdo rap.
Yeah, definitely.
Cause rappers getting played out now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But graffiti
Continue.
it's gonna bypass rap.
All right. Any last words or shout outs?
Oh, shout out! I only had a shout out to my fallen comrades. First one, Tracy 168. I just heard Beatman Danny Dan just died. Lava
1, 2.
Lava died. The fallen
Tracy.
comrades who.
Tracy 168.
Yeah, I mentioned Tracy. I believe I did. Yeah, he was a great inspiration to me. Tracy 168, God bless him. Michael. I just wish that the longevity of these guys who's still around to keep pushing. Okay, don't never give up your dream. Continue to do what you want to do, and just follow your heart. And I'm talking these guys. These guys now, they in their 60s, pushing 70,
Yeah.
and they still doing it.
Yeah.
So that goes to show you that you can't quit it. What's a graffiti writer? Always a graffiti writer. You know what I'm saying? You cannot ever call out a graffiti writer. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, he retired. No, there's no retirement in this, my man.
Yeah.
We ain't getting no pensions in this, my man. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to just say, me speaking for myself generally, I got some work coming out. You know, and I'm still, long as I still got my two hands, I'm gonna paint. Long as I got my two fingers, I'm gonna paint. So, you know, I just hope my work will really reach what I'm trying to accomplish, which isn't much. I'm not chasing fame like I need it like that.
Yeah.
It's just that it's in my heart, it's in my, you know, it's in my soul, whatever. So I just want to wish them guys who are still doing it to keep doing it, and we're gonna get there one way or another.
Okay.
Now they got the graffiti hip hop museum, not the graffiti, the hip hop museum coming up. And
Is that the one in Miami? Or?
No, the one in the Bronx right here.
Okay.
I got the hip hop museum coming up by the end of this year, or early next year, and you know that they're gonna be graffiti writers in there, you know, representing whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So I go to show you how far graffiti has gone. We're going to museum status.
Yeah.
You know what it's like to have museum status?
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. We come to the portion where I like to give your favorite artist. So I call it the 7 Deadly Sins, where I ask you what's your top 7 artists, dead or alive.
Oh boy. Fabrified Lee, Slave, Knock, Tracy 168, Fuzz 1, DONDI, and also
The last one.
Scene.
Which one? TC5 or UA?
Scene Richie.
All right.
He was a great inspiration to me.
All right. We got Band 2, Out to Bomb. Peace.
Peace.